Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim Tree Slaughter and I'm a board certified psychotherapist who makes personal growth and educational videos that activate you so that you can receive real results from the inside out. Now, today we are going to talk about me. Me. Today I am talking about a recent trauma trigger that I experienced that I want to share with you all. So if you are ready, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And let's get into it. So today, as I said, we're talking about a trauma trigger that I recently experienced. So my sister sent me some black Reebok Freestyle high top sneakers. Now in Brownsville, Brooklyn in the 80s, we called them the 5411s because that was the price. They were $54.11. While I was extremely grateful for my sister's generosity, nothing could have prepared me for the trauma trigger I would experience once the sneakers were delivered. Now, before I go into the story, let me give you a quick definition of a trauma trigger. A trauma trigger is a psychological stimulus that prompts involuntary recall of a previous traumatic experience. The stimulus itself is reminiscent of an earlier traumatic incident, such as a sound or a scent or a pair of sneakers. When I saw the Amazon box had been delivered, I was super excited. But I immediately began to experience dread, and I didn't know why. I was excited logically, but I felt dread. Once I pulled out the shoes, I began to feel hot and irritable and stressed. My mind reverted back to a time where the sneakers represented a freedom and a self value that I did not have as a kid. I was shocked. I was 8 years old living in Brooklyn, New York. And one thing about them black parents in Brooklyn, New York on Easter, oh, they're going to make sure their kids are fresh to death, okay? In Brooklyn, New York in the 80s, you didn't have to be a Christian to dress up for Easter or even to celebrate Easter because Easter wasn't about Jesus or God. It was about having fun, looking good, hanging out with your friends. The Brooklyn Easter ritual is what I call it. Your 5411s, name brand jeans, colorful, quirky shirt. And we would go to the hood theme park, Coney Island. We would go to Coney Island, we'd get something to eat. Well, for me and my siblings, that was not the case. We did not have access to these things because even though all of us lived in a poor neighborhood, we were the poorest in the neighborhood, the poorest family. And so while all the other kids got dressed up in the courtyard getting ready to go to Coney Island, well, that wasn't what it was for us. You know, we were never the star of the show. Every year we were this set of kids who were just wishing that they had more, wishing that they could be more. And so every year was this blow to the abdomen. We were like, oh my goodness, why do we always have to be the onlookers and never the stars of the show? I always wanted a pair of 5411s. I just thought they were the nicest, coolest sneakers ever. But we could not afford them. I learned to suppress my wants and did my best to force a smile when my friends would come and show me their colorful 5411s, their greens, their blues, their yellows. Back to recently, so when I opened the box that my sister sent me, it broke open the box of suppression that had been sealed for more than 35 years. And I was like, wow, the struggle is truly real. The emotions that erupted within me almost took me out. It was like a shock real quick. And I had to like grab on. But because I'm a psychotherapist, I immediately began to use my tools. I immediately began to use my grounding and my breathing. And with some reflection, I realized that I had more work to do. My belief is that pain is patient and it will wait you out. This is why it is important to do your work. During my trigger, I realized that there was more deep diving that I had to do that was required of me. I kept thinking, man, I gotta get my shovel and dig up some stuff. I consider myself to be a resilient person, and I understand that no matter how successful I am or how successful I become, the work will never stop. It will never stop. I believe that history is identity. My history has shaped me into the fierce woman that I am today. I had to go on a personal pilgrimage, y'all, to excavate my pain and to put that pain in its place. That's what we have to do. We got to put it in its place. One of life's greatest sadness is never to getting to know all that you truly are. And this also includes the fractured parts that make us beautiful. There's a Japanese word, wabi sabi, and wabi sabi just focuses on the beauty and the broken and the fractured. The beautiful parts about us are not the glamorous parts, are not the successes, are not the wins. While those are beautiful, we still have to consider the broken parts. We still have to consider the fractured parts. There are fractured parts of us that also make us beautiful. And this is why it's important for us to know all of who we are, to truly understand and own our stories because they matter. And so today, I am more aware and more reflective of the possible triggers that I may experience in my life. And I'm now preparing myself for them when they come. How are you preparing yourself? Are you making sure that you are doing your work? Or are you just pretending that there's no work to be done? There's always work to be done. And so now I went through my process of working through that trigger and I'm fine. I'm fine. I wore my 5411s the other day. I was looking cute. And so can you. Your trigger may not be sneakers. Your trigger may be a place. Your trigger may be a smell. Your trigger may be a person. Whatever that trigger is, it is important for you not to ignore it, not to suppress it, not to pretend that it didn't happen, but to do the work and to address the pain and put it where it belongs. I hope this was helpful for you today. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I will see you all very soon. Take care.